Okay, Campbell na tatanzami ya Mazulu, Mfumu Kyakuhisa, Nzami Mawesha, Nzami Okabenesha, Nzami Monene, Zambian Zola, Zambian Campbell, Zambian Kulu Kulu Modimo Sonine Samala. I want to tell everybody, Mvule Yampa Yambote. This is how they would say Happy New Year. There might be other ways to say it in our people's language, but the Bana Congo, the Benan Zambi, the Bena Isolde. We here on this channel, we do not go by any pagan holidays. I know they talk about the Jehovah's Witnesses, they still follow the Roman calendar. Despite what they say they don't celebrate any pagan holidays, they're still going off of the Caesar's calendar, which the Most High never did. Um, We do not go off of any Phoenician calendar, any Chinese calendar, any Arabic calendar. We do not go off of any of the dragon's deceptions. We are here to restore the balance. And even if you are Banabetu, that doesn't mean that they're not following the deception of Amun-Ra. So we're going to talk about today Beto, Kele, and nSimba Yuda. There are many people that the Messiah said would come in his name and deceive many. There is only one who was never the hypocrite. There's only one who the Most High said he was well pleased. The Christians are not following him, the Muslims are not following him, and Judaism is not even close. The three frogs. Nzila Zambia Bantwe, Nzila Congo Bantwe was the way of truth in the first century. The Christians, through the deception of Simon the sorcerer, came after us, and all those who wanted to speak the truth with his false teachings, with his modified teachings, and his false disciples that are mentioned in Revelation when he says you have tested those who are say that are Balangoki, okay, Ilonga, teachers of the truth, but they are false. This is why many pagans now today are celebrating feast days that are Druid festivals, that are Babylonian practices, that are Kemeticism, that are involved with the sacrificing of blood to dead gods. Whether they know it or not, they're doing it either in the flesh or they're doing it symbolically because of the deception of the Satanists who are claiming to be the Most High's chosen but are not. So they are masquerading. So the whole purpose of how the devil has deceived the whole world is making you think that you are not worshiping the devil when you are in all the different aspects of religion. Okay? Religion means to bind again. We are here to unbind. We are here to untwist our people and bring us back out of the deception of evil E. Okay. We are not the scarecrows here. We are not the tin men. We are the conquering lion and nSimba Yuda. And we have nothing to do with the paganism of mixing pagan and non-pagan together. And if you are to believe that people who call themselves representative of the Most High that are not doing things according to his will, that is your choice. Because there are many who are prophesying. They're not even the bloodline. They're not even in the truth. They are erasing the concept of the spiritual Israel. That's all a lie. Toko and Kimbangu never did that. They knew they were here to bring back the 12 tribes. That is why the woman with 12 stars represents those tribes. Okay. So the last 120 plus years has been about the devil erasing the evidence for those who are working for the Catholic Church in deception, for those who are working with the Druids, for those who are working with Freemasonry, secret societies. It is the end of this deception. Okay. They have been coding it 2025. This is the year that we're going to see a major split, and we are now coming back into the truth. I'm going to talk about the reason why people talk about one wife versus multiple wives. The Messiah has multiple wives because everybody who joins him is his spouse. The fake Messiah has multiple wives because everybody who joins to him, he has multiple wives. The whole purpose of the one wife deception of Rome was for the concept of taxation and also um, uh, what do you call beneficiaries. Okay. You will learn that in the Roman culture, your wife is the property of Zeus. The man, this is the concept that was indoctrinated through the deception that the man who is married to the woman is actually being, uh, the term they use is cuckold, meaning that you're watching your wife being with another man. Okay. This is a spirit that has come upon the heathens. It's practiced in Roman orgies and cultures. It is Saturnalia worship, where you are meant to be seen as the inferior male to that, because the alpha male is Lucifer. Okay. This is going back to the concept of the lies of evolution, which was created by the Jesuits. This is for education purpose only. This is created by the Druids. This is to hide the concept that Cain is your spouse. Okay, Caina or his false gods. You are worshiping a false deity. Now, the multiple wife issue was not a problem for the Most High. Not zombie at all. You see many of the patriarchs, and you go to the Old Testament, many people had multiple wives, but see in the deception of what was the paganism, this was used for status and this was used for wealth to prove you are powerful, you have a lot of wealth, you have status. Because when Solomon built his false temple, it turned and flipped it into the divine feminine deception. This is what caused the Beto in the past to become the divine feminine and not the divine masculine. Okay? This is what happened in the garden. This is what has happened to the world. And this is going to show you that nSimba Yuda, who is both the righteous masculine and the righteous feminine, okay, because of his mother, and of course because of the Most High and the truth of the bridegroom, okay, many people are being indoctrinated by the Roman culture of bride price, meaning you with one spouse are married to the hypocrite. So then all of your inheritance becomes that of the hypocrites. So then in the deception, when you believe something that is not true, you are married to that kingdom. Okay? Toko and Kimbangu, when they came to separate us from Nimrod. The people who are now running these organizations today are not doing that. And I'm just going to call it out plain as day as I have seen it. It's a lie. Neither one of them represent any one of these people because neither one of them said that they have replaced the Messiah in any way. Not one of them. None of the people who came to follow and teach the truth has ever said they replaced the high priest of the temple. And he has multiple wives because when you join with Christ, you are all one spirit, one body of the Most High. Tatanzambi, the Most High Truth, the most powerful God, he has multiple wives. Why? Because everyone who joins to him is married to him. Okay? People are being indoctrinated by a Roman paganism culture for property. Property. When you claim to be something that is false, you are now the property of the Saturn worship. There are many people that are now practicing. This is why they want to take you back to the whole 66 Bible thing. Simon Toko, the real Simon Toko, he said, do not preach this wicked doctrine. The real Kimbangu, he said, we don't throw it away, but we use it and catch the thief for what he stole. Who stole it? Cain, Esau, Nimrod, the false gods, the secret societies, all of the Knights of Malta, the Knights Templars, you want to call them the Druids, the Jesuits, the Magi, okay, those who were practicing divination in secret, using the spell of the sorcerer to continue to keep you in a religion, even the Rastafarians and many others, even uh, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity today is a pagan belief. The Druids are also called Judaism. Okay, everyone that is doing Hamitic behavior, Kami, you are attached to a false god. Okay? When we say nSimba wa Yuda, nSimba, firstborn, okay? And I'm gonna get to the music here in a minute. Again, Kukwisi Ambote, welcome. We give honor to the praise of Tatanzambi and Pungu Father, the most high heart for God, our Kongo Yave, Sonina Nini Samanla, who is going to start to expel all false teachers, false doctrines, false rulers. Nobody is a king unless Kongo says so. Nobody is a queen unless Kongo says so. Amun-Ra cannot make you a king or a queen. It is a lie. Osiris cannot tell you who is a king or queen. This is why you're going to see now the expulsion of hypocrites, the expulsion of liars, and the expulsion of those who are teaching the Most High's children to be attached. Okay, this thing froze again. Oh, they're not liking my preaching, so they're messing with the camera. If I have to do it again, now come in for me, Yesua Kongo, Osiris, Quenda, Simila, Lucifer, Quenda, be gone. They do this because they don't want you to see the conquering lion that will now manifest. Okay? I have said this. The camera, it's going to switch, and that's fine because you'll see stuff behind me. You know, the camera's going to act up. We're going to just switch it over. I don't know why. Okay. The truth about everything, and I'll just keep talking, it's going to be frozen. We'll use the video again. You have to remember everything in electronics and everything in this system runs off of the stupid goat god. So, Nakomi Tatanzambi and Mfumu Yave Kongo, Azazel, Kwenda, Simila, rebuke. Maliki Makongo Benakwisa, Benakwisa, Benakwisa. Block all of the false impostors of the sorcerer. Nakomi Yave Kongo Benyave, Wizard of Oz, Kwenda, be gone, Kunganite, and we'll get to him in a minute. Okay. That's fine. The picture will be up. The camera, obviously, like I said, this is all the secret societies. This is the game they play. They don't want you to know the truth. That they wanted you to know the truth, they wouldn't be fighting so hard for you not to listen and not see. The conquering lion is you. nSimba, Yuda, you are the temple. Now, you're going to find out that in this deception that everybody is being done, is doing, okay? And this is going to continue to happen. The more the truth comes out, the more they want to block it. That's why they want to start taking down social media posts. You see what's going on now. All these platforms are run by the sorcerer. But to expose him, you are the liar. Okay? Every single person practicing paganism mixed with the Most High's way is automatically attached to pagan worship. You are automatically attached to people who are manifesting falsely with these false gods. Okay? So now we're going to come to the separation. The real Simon Toko, he'll be back. The real Simon Kimbango, he will be back. All of the Banabetu of Isolde Basantu will be back to expose, and it's already happening. The Maliki Kongo are rising, and they're now going to expose, and you're going to see people expelled out of the temple by the nSimba wa Yuda. He is coming to purge all liars, all hypocrites. That's why the repentance, the Most High rather the repentance than the judgment. Okay? This is where you're going to continue to find, I don't know what's going on. I think my camera, because I know my phone is linked to the computer. But this is not, what camera do they have attached to this? It's the integrated tamper. I'm going to turn off the virtual background because I think that's part of the issue here. Okay, it froze. Okay, I'm going to remove the virtual background because it's obviously causing some problems. And I know why, but this is the game these people play. Um, so I'm going to share my screen with some scriptures here. First, let me start the music. I don't own the rights to any music. It is for the edification and for the glorification of the Most High. It has nothing to do with any type of reselling or anything. I do not own the rights to it, and it is for the purpose of edification of the Most High only. And I'm going to get the music started. And we'll get into more of what I'm talking about here in a minute. Okay, my picture is going to be gone. I don't really care. It's going to keep messing with the camera. This is what they do. Okay, this is all part of their deception. You're not free anywhere. This is what they want to call Mfumu Yave Kongo Pegasus Quenda Simula. They have all of these programs that are designed to monitor people who are exposing the beast. Because that's what I'm here to do. Because everything is run off with the beast. They're not going to stop the truth from coming out, people. It isn't going to happen. The Most High is going to keep exposing them, and it's going to keep bringing things to the surface, and it's going to continue to inform you that everything is being designed to take away. That's why the people are talking about they're shutting down America. They're shutting down everything. All the secret societies are about to be exposed for what they are, frauds. All they're doing is working for a false doctrine and teachings, and they're exposing school, education, um, religion. Everything is all designed to worship a false god all over the world. And now they're going to try to suppress the spirit of Hanukkah, the spirit of Elia, the spirit of Katanzambi, those who want to expose the people who are preaching a false, another Messiah who was not preached. They want to shut you down, but it doesn't matter because they're already about to be done, especially coming now this year. You will see the transition. They want to stop you from leaving the matrix, which is fine. If they're going to stop you, then you have allowed them to be what exactly they want. You know, if you want to leave the matrix, I'm telling you how to do it. You got to get out to Kiing Kongo, and not everybody that comes to get you out of the matrix is working for him. A lot of people are putting money in their own pockets, and they're now being exposed by Katanzambi. You cannot sell the bread to Jacob. You cannot sell the lamb to Jacob. You cannot do any of these things. They're putting their profits. You know, I know we have to do certain things within their system for those of us who had to leave early. You got to go and do it, but you will get repaid everything you are owed. You're going to see that. All right, so we're going to go to Revelations 5:5. First, I'm going to read it in the Kikongo. Let me do something here. If I can get the camera to come back. If not, okay. All right. As you can see that old picture of me. Yes, I took it years ago, so you know I'm getting up there. All right. Mosi Ngudi Zambantu Wavova Kwamono Kudilani ko Talankosi Yakanda dia Yuda Imwanzi a Davidi Wanunga Kabengula Nkanda Ye Zibula Dimbu Nzambodia Biwao, Zambodia Sabbath. Okay. We didn't call it Sabbath, we call it Sambwadi, Sambu. People have taught this and we appreciate what they have done. But the teaching must be free to Banabetu of Isolele. The teachings must be free because because the world's going to find out you have been duped by those who are working for Esau. Okay? You cannot receive the inheritance going through Esau ever. The Most High does not love Esau. He does not love Cain. He does not love Nimrod. He does not love the Anunnaki. He does not love the gods of Egypt. You are being played by those who are deceiving you. He did not create his Christianity. He did not create Islam, and he did not create Judaism. It was Nzila Congo and Nzila Nzambi Abantwe from the beginning, and it's called the Star of Congo. People want to call it the Star of Alba. Be my guest. That is the witch. That's why Jessica Alba has her name, because she's a sorceress. Okay? All of them are doing these things in Hollywood, across the world. Politicians, entertainers. The Vatican is all witchcraft. Okay? The mosque of the Muslims is all witchcraft, and Judaism is all witchcraft, and Buddhism is all witchcraft. Taoism. The Native Americans were doing witchcraft. They know. Okay? Witchcraft is in everybody's belief system. Thailand, Philippines, China, Korea, Japan, Africa. See, people want to go to Africa. Oh, nothing but there's witchcraft in America and Canada, Mexico. You got witches in South America. You got witches and warlocks. You got witches and warlocks all over the place and beyond the so-called ice wall that they say doesn't exist. You got witches and warlocks in NASA. You got witches and warlocks in the schools. You got witches and warlocks in the hospitals. You got witches and warlocks in the churches. You got witches and warlocks everywhere. Okay? That's why it's called the days of Noah. Because you're going to listen to the witches and the warlocks and not the people who aren't. Witches and warlocks came up with conspiracy theory. Because the Druids want to continue to lie to people. The Moorish temple is satanic. So was the Knights Templars. So is the Jesuit. So is the House of Medici and all these Italian families. They are witchcraft, sorcery, kimbundu. Of course, yeah, they want to block the camera. Whatever. Okay? To tell the truth, you are a liar. To live in the lies, nothing's wrong with you. They don't want the scarecrows to keep disconnecting from the jackass. Okay? The sorcerer can be white, black, Native American, Asian, Hispanic. It doesn't matter. He can be anybody. Okay? And nSimba wa Yuda said it. There will be many who will come and deceive many. Okay, they have done that. You do not worship the gods of Atlantis. That's why they say, oh, now we found Atlantis doesn't exist. Oh, no. They put Farewell Atlantis in the movie 2012, and they put the two name of the women, the two children, the name of the guy were the demonic entities of why the world will be destroyed. The little girl had the name of the witch and the false child that was created, Noah, because that was not his name. That is what happened when he created the entity when he got drunk. Noah is the thinker. Okay, he is what he named Jacob or whatever you want to call it. He's Hermes. I don't give a damn what his name is. It's all lies. Okay, it's gonna stay frozen. It'll reset. in a minute, but the point is to tell the lie, you are fine. To believe the lies, you are fine. To tell the truth, you are the liar. The truth is there are many messiahs, not just one guy. But there was one guy who didn't sin against the Most High ever. But he did not, he was not a, see, people will say, no man can come and die for another man's sins according to that's why you get these Old Testament. But the Messiah was not a man. That's your problem. He was not a man. He was a spirit that became a man. Big difference. Okay? Everybody's being deceived by the sorcerer who doesn't want anybody to know. He also walks in the flesh. So what are we talking about that no man, and he's out here telling people, I can forgive your sins. Oh no, nobody can. He's the one telling you, oh, no man can forgive your sins. It's all part of the game. It's a scam. Artists everywhere. Oh no, see, the Jesus that he didn't exist. The way they wrote him up, yeah, that guy didn't exist. They combined two people. That person did not exist. But Nimrod did. Okay? Lucifer did exist. And he is doing the same trick like he did in the days of Noah. I'm the Adam of the. No, he was not. I'm the Messiah. No, he is not. Okay? The reality is now going to come to pass. So many people are going to be singing the blues that they had the Most High people singing. Because 120 years ago, it should have ended this garbage. Our people, the Bana Betu, we sold out our own people to keep in the house on fire. It didn't matter if you were in China. It didn't matter if you were in South America. It didn't matter if you were in Canada. It didn't matter if you were in America. It didn't matter if you were in Europe, Russia, wherever you were. We sold our people out. America just happened to be the one that gets the most recognition because of what this country really is. Okay? The warlocks and witches are lying to you about colonialism. The colonial god is Amun Ra. Stop with the BS already. Okay? This is who the white people brought around the world, saying he's Jesus. All right? This is who they're praying to you. They're teaching they come to America. They came to the Europe. They came to Canada. They came preaching Amun Ra as your Lord and Savior. Bull crap. The Rastafari still talking to Amun Ra. The dreadlocks come from the witch and warlock children. We had locks, but not like that. That's why they call dreadlocks, because Judge Dredd is Enlil. Like what they were quoting with you, and of course that visor and everything that he has is to hide their eyes because they're reptilian. They gotta keep them covered. No, I can't let you know that. That's the real reason why they invented uh what do you call them things? Colored uh when you have those what do you call them? Oh man, my brain is hurt. Let me see something. When people wear jeez, instead of wearing glasses, they wear um man, why can't I think of the name today? Jeez, I'm getting up there. Here we go. I hope that the zombie clear that up. Hey, King Kongo, hallelujah. Um, uh, man, it's gonna drive me crazy. This is ridiculous. Brain is just because it's always thinking about so much, and then you say, Contact lenses. I don't know why I couldn't think about that. Jeez, contact lenses. Whew, boy. The son are you? Okay, contact lenses. So, yeah, because when you don't wear them, you don't think about them, I guess you just, and you don't see them a lot. My wife wears glasses. She don't wear contact lenses. So, contact lenses, they now have them where you can, I don't know what this thing is doing. Okay, contact lenses, they can now make them look like the eyes. Okay? So for these entities that have hidden among us, this is why they created these things so you would see normal eyes and then you wouldn't see the reptilian eye. All right? But they can also abracadabra you with this. I know one day I was watching and this is on YouTube, so I'm not saying a lie. They were showing these people on the news. They were arguing about something, and the camera was rolling past the cut. Okay. And next thing you know, they showed you because they were coding it that they were hissing at each other like snakes and like dragons, like they were hissing at each other. Sass. Okay. Because reptiles they fight. We know they fight because this is what they do. That's why these people don't even go there. Stop with the nonsense already. They ain't gonna stop it. Okay. The the world is gonna see this is the concept of these as they show you reptiles, there's also reptilians. Because the fallen angels know that this is their objective is to erase the enemy and not divide the keep themselves from their edi, madia, didi, food. Okay, they've coded this so many times that the edi, didi, madia, stop it already, stupid thing. They're coming from Yesua, rebuke, Kwenda. Okay, um, these this whole thing about the matrix, the architect, when you are fighting the enemy of the Most High, they want you to stay blinded to the fact that you are on the wrong side. So when the Messiah said, I did not come to bring peace for the sword, what he meant to say was, I came to put an end to demonic sacrifices of those who do it. So in the spiritual world, what you are doing is you are destroying the draconian. You are destroying these false gods. You are bringing an end to their reign and you're bringing the kingdom here. That's why when you say, Our Father who art in heaven, your kingdom come. So many people, and this is what you have done in secret, because Rome changed the spirits. You say the Lord's Prayer, the Most High's Prayer, you are bringing in the pagan world on this level. And you are uh, rebuking or rejecting the non-pagan world. Okay? So what they have done is the pagan gods you worshiped in secret with all their societies, they have switched identities. So instead of bringing the kingdom of truth down, you are bringing the hypocrisy kingdom down upon yourself. So when you say the Lord's Prayer and you are in the spirit of Cain, Cain is now bringing his kingdom around you. Okay? This is the lie that Toka was saying. Even if you say the prayer of the Most High, if you are a pagan worshiper or you believe lies, you are bringing the kingdom of deception around you. That's why you see violence in Africa. You see people getting all kinds of money. You see the wealthy and the poor. You see everybody's not getting their equal share, and they're doing charity work because you are behaving like the Sanhedrin who crucified the Messiah. Okay? mocking the Christ that they crucified by giving you the impostor. The impostor Christ crucified the real Christ. You think you have the real Christ, you have the impostor. Okay? How do we know this? Because there's multiple people like him, not just one guy. Okay? So now, by giving you the concept that I pray, and there's only one Messiah, when he said there will be many like me. Okay? This is the world that continues to spin. That's why you think you're spinning around the false God, sun God, when the sun God spins around you, the real sun God. Okay? You are, when you walk in power and in truth and enlightenment of the truth, the Most High is in you, and you expel all wickedness around you. That's why when he said, the more wickedness you become, then how great is the darkness? The more righteousness you come, then how great is the light, the nSimba. Okay? When you walk with nSimba of Tatanzambi, your enemies will flee 7 ways, or they will be cowardice to you, but they will also want to fight. Oh no, we got to beat this guy up because he's going to expose us all. Challenge. Okay? The devil wants to always challenge that he is better than the one who defeated him, always. nSimba while Yuda is not dead, and he never yielded. The Black Panther is the one that's talking this nonsense and his lie. Because that is not the Messiah that the Most High sent. And you talking to the imposter, the one they call SOCAR. They anagrammed his name and said they changed it to Oscar. Okay? It's still, that's so you wouldn't catch on that it's the false lion, Leo. That's why you got a pope now whose name is Leo, and that dude represents Nimrod. All of them do. Okay? So here comes what we're going to see now. The real Passover, the real New Year, everything is happening now, and the transition is now here. But don't let a person who is on a false oath deceive you, claiming to be the one working with the Most High. Nope. The Most High, the Messiah does not work with anybody who is under a false oath. You got to get out of that. He is not a Greek. He is not a Phoenician. He is not an Ashkenaz. He is not a Sephardic. He is not a Rome, a pagan of any kind, okay? That's why now the people who have the curse of Cain think that they are the gods of this earth when they are the bottom. And that's why the people know who used to practice condemnation and what we want to call Danny boy, Mandani, the fake priests, would kick these people out of the temple. So that's why they know they don't like you. Whenever you were leprous, you were not allowed in the temple. That's why when the Messiah came, he's like, no, I will heal this. When the Messiah healed people of leprosy, he melanated you. They know the story very well. They put you back to look like the Most High again. Because what they were doing was putting the spirit of Cain upon people. That's why he said, you go the way of Cain. And he did not like that. Oh, he was angry and upset about how they were teaching the people to behave like Cain. Everybody going to be deceived about, you have the Messiah that loves everybody, including Cain. The real Messiah don't love Cain. He don't love Esau. He don't love hypocrite gods. No, he does not. So here is where you're going to find out. We say all inclusive. That includes paganism. Because the witches and warlocks want you to love them too. Oh no. The Most High don't love people doing divination and witchcraft and sorcery. No, he does not. They are rebuked out of his kingdom. And that was the plan for Cain. My trick is include everybody, including me. And what that does is it puts a blinders on you to now you stay in slavery without even knowing it. It doesn't matter if they pay you or not. You are getting 300 pieces of silver from the people doing bribery like this instead of you being the gold that you're supposed to be. That's why they erase knowledge that you cannot have while they have the knowledge that belongs and it's going to the people who were called the bottom. Anansi, the dogs and pigs, the brood of vipers, the wolves in sheep's clothing, they are now teaching you how to walk with the Messiah. How can that happen? The long robes, like he said, they want to have the best things. They want to have the best stuff. You see the wealthy people always, they got the best of the best and you get the leftovers. That's where the concept of eating leftovers comes from when you have dinner and lunch and breakfast. Okay? You are not redistributing that food to people who need it. Now they come with, oh yeah, well, we have pantries, we have places for people to come get the food. Let me tell you something. You're carrying your poverty, you have to go find food. You're not carrying your poverty, you will have food brought to you by the angels themselves, the good ones, not the ones pretending to be giving out charity so that they can hide themselves in their deception. No, no, don't let the one who come down here on the throne come see us. Okay? You're going to find out the high priest took the seven lampstands back from the pagans and now is redistributing to those who deserve it. Those who are teaching the children. See, and I told you, don't let anybody teach you that lineage is false. This spiritual Isolele stuff is a lie. It's so the sorcerer could continue to steal from the Most High's temple. This is what he's tricking people with. This is what Timoteo was saying. You wayward doctrine, you go run into itchy ears and whatever. You're already doing that now. He was talking about that almost 2,000 years ago, and he saw people doing this. Oh, you're going to the sort, you're going to this, you're going to that. Look, that's not the truth. And the Messiah even said, I come in my Father's name. Not everybody accepted him when he came in his Father's name. No, they did not. He said, another shall come in his own name, and him you receive, and that is your Jesus Christ. Master Guru Esau, Jesus Christ. He coming in his own name, and you are receiving. That's why when and I can say I don't believe everything he says because he's designed to also tell the truth with a lie. When Jordan Maxwell said that Jesus Christ in the Bible is Lucifer, he is not lying to you because everybody is weeping for Tammuz, who is Lucifer. And the druids and those who do sorcery will keep you attached to that entity, Amun Ra. Okay? Now come here for me, Yusuf Amun Ra. Quenda Simila. Okay? That will then make you the divine feminine liar, the witch. And they want you crying for her children who are always being, everybody gets devoured. But Jesus says it's a lie. She's devouring her own children and you crying for them. What are you talking about, man? She killing her own children and you crying for them. Everybody gonna find out. Does the Most High have sadness for his children? Yes, he does. But the Messiah that was not a hypocrite said, my children who perish by the wolf will not have any eternal death, but life. They devour the sheep, they got nothing to worry about. If they walked in non-hypocrisy and they had the Holy Spirit, their soul is eternal. It's the people who send them to the wolf that I got a problem with. And everybody, you're going to see so many people getting millstones. Like you said, it's better that you had a millstone attacked around your neck and thrown into the sea. Okay? Because when you're following the one who came in his own name, you are teaching the children to love liars. Just because somebody says, I don't lie, that doesn't mean they don't. Okay? Just because somebody says, I don't worship the devil, that doesn't mean they don't. Just because someone says, my God is the true God, that doesn't mean he is. Because the Most High has sent a strong delusion on people who believe liars. Now the lies are going to all be exposed and people are going to be upset with the Beto of Isolele. You don't even know. Because our job was to keep you away from the liars. That is why he said in Isaiah, the donkey knows his master, the ox knows his master, the donkey knows the crib. My people don't even know. They don't understand. It's like that's the problem. The Beto of Isolele, we don't want to do what the Most High tells us to do in spirit and in truth. We want to do what everybody else does. And yet, we get treated like garbage all the time. But we love it. Why do we love to be treated like garbage? It's just mind-blowing that we love to be buck broke, that we love to act like the animal peoples, the wrong tree, that we love to be with the jackass who's out here putting woo-woo hypnosis spells on people, and we want to run to that idiot all the time. And then we want to listen to pastors who are working for the devil and lying about it. Simon Toko said, many like me. Not just one guy. Kimbangu said the same thing. There are many like us. Your name is written in the stars. You don't understand the woman with 12 stars, Malia Makongo, not no witch, evil E. That was what they mocking. Lena Horne played that because she showed up and started sending the children down here. And the evil E was like, oh, heck no, we got to kill these children. My flying monkeys, go devour them. Go, go, go. Those are the Anunnaki. Hello? Egyptian gods, Egyptian worshipers, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. It doesn't matter. You out here eating the sheep. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, that's why they don't want you to hear this. Well, the camera's going to act stupid. We're just going to have to just deal with it. And I apologize because I already know what this is, okay? To manifest the power, they don't want you to see, oh, no, 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 no. Stay blind. They don't want you to see the truth about who people are. No, stop it, stop it, stop it. Run interference. No, don't let it happen. They're quoting this in the Hollywood actors and everybody trying to tell you, hey, we're working for the idiot. We don't like it. They go disappearing. They go all kind of thing, but then they use it against you. This whole thing that's going on between the Democrats and the Republicans, they prepared that how long ago? Since the beginning. Since the beginning of America, this two-party system was intentional to do this. Even when they do it in Europe, same thing. The two-party system is a joke. It's meant to pick between Lucifer red or Lucifer blue. Okay, whatever. And then the purple means you're going to be with the purple rain harlot instead of being the purple of the kings and queens that they mocked us with. That's why the color purple has a duality. You're either a king and queen of truth or you are a sacrifice. to the witch, making breadcrumb, making bread and of you and the, okay, nice. Let me give you all the sweets, so your head don't work right. When we're supposed to have bitter herbs, and everything is supposed to be natural. No, no, change that. Excuse me. Yeah. I know this is they try to do spell casting on a regular basis. It's what they do in this world. Because they want you to be beam me up Scotty Starship Enterprise. No, don't let us starve. We want every human being on this earth, every fleshly person, to stay with the hypocrites. Because of those who are going to be with the hypocrites forever. You want to keep following Esau and Cain workers, you keep doing that. Now you're going to see the difference between those who serve the God that is not a hypocrite and those who serve the God who's a hypocrite. They may think in their mind that they're not serving the non-hypocrite God when they are, when they do things contrary to the high priest, who was never a hypocrite. That's why he had to say, not everybody who says Mfumu, or Lord, Lord, will I answer. So then people talk about, oh, Christ is talking to me. Which Christ? The non-hypocrite Christ does not talk to people who teaches the people to break the law, statutes, and commandments. So you're going to have the hypocrite out here doing woo-woo on you. People say, I never heard from the Christ. You must be talking to Lucifer. How do you know that? Why do you assume that? Many people will say that's why it's called the days of Noah. That's why the Most High hides those who are for the non-hypocrite kingdom from those who are the hypocrite kingdom. And if you should happen to perish, he prophesied that. Some of you are going to go to prison. Some of you are going to die. But don't worry. I'm there. There's many people in the prisons today that are being abused just because they are the non-hypocrite kingdom in real life. Because that is what they're doing with these things. Every time you go to prison and go to jail and go before a magistrate, you are going before the council of the hypocrites of the Sanhedrin, and they know it. You are being crucified like the Roman emperors used to do. Bring these prisoners out to me. We're gonna crucify them. And they themselves were hypocrites. The Caesar should have been crucified as much as he was crucifying. So when they said we have no God but Caesar, that was a slap in the face because these were the Phoenicians, the Greeks, claiming to be the 12 tribes. And then our people who followed along with these knuckleheads, okay, our same problem. Yeah, we want to do the temple of the hypocrite temple rather than the one that isn't. We always want to follow the fool and not the one who was never a fool. And they're going to people say, well, I'm not a fool. If you're teaching the children to break the Father's law, then you are the fool. Okay? If you are teaching the people not to be in accordance with the true power of knowledge, you are not the fool. Okay? This is the deception of this world today, and why they want to keep playing games even with my computer. They want to keep playing games with this world. They want to keep playing games because you're dealing with wicked children that are playing with their toys. Okay? And they're doing it all over the world because they have divination, they have magic, they can do football games. Oh, look at that miraculous catch. Oh, that's God right there. Yeah, what God? Okay? Everything is about, are you the puppets on the string, or are there no strings on you? For real. Like the Most High says, no, there's no strings upon you. There's no limitations. They want to say there's no strings attached. If you're worshiping the false gods, there's always strings attached. Doesn't matter what they say. If you're worshiping the Most High, there's no strings attached. Okay, there's no need, there's no tethers. See, whenever you hear people say the word tether, that person is involved with sorcery. Because that is what the wand that they use is meant to do with the magic, the lasso, to tether you and rope you, okay, from being the wild, from breaking free and being the wild lion you're supposed to be, that has its own, that has the rules of the Most High, doing what you're supposed to be doing instead of being manipulated. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Like again, just don't worry about the camera. They can play their game. It's gonna come out. I'm gonna still keep speaking. They're gonna lose, so just get ready for it. It's gonna be the beat down like they've never seen. Ain't nobody gonna stop the Most High. King Kongo gonna put a hurting on these people, and you're gonna be feeling it so bad the world's gonna shake, and the creation. All right. It says Genesis. Oh, I meant to bring up the Book of Enoch. Sorry. I wanted to get into that. I try to find a better version because they. See if I can get this one. I don't like how when they do it like that. Let's see, Book of Enoch, sacred text. I'm gonna put this in the context because none of the Most High's angels have the last name L on it. No, they're Yah Kongo, Yave Kongo. Lafayette, we say Lafayette. They put the L on there because they want you to be connected to the imposter. All right. So, um, let's getting back to what it says in Genesis. Yuda, because it was never a J, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies, and thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me pause this. Okay, go ahead. Hello? Okay. Here we go again. Oh, these people. All right. Yeah, they don't want the vulnerability to flow. Like I played vulnerability to bring the blockage. Okay. So now, Yuda is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couches the lion as an old lion. He shall rouse him. Who shall rouse him up? So, in this deception of how the world is being deceived, Esau has written himself in as the 12 tribes. Okay? So now the world thinks that Esau is Jacob. And it happened because our people don't ever learn to stop doing wickedness against the Father. Okay? So he can only tolerate so much before he said, that's why people say, well, what did we do so bad to deserve this? We did the same thing we always do, worship Lucifer all the time. So he says, okay, you go to Lucifer then. And how's he going to treat us? Worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, just like the one who came in his father's name said, because you're being treated the wicked way by the one who came in his own name, who is an Egyptian god. The Egyptian gods do not love the Bantu people. No. And they want you to think Esau is Jacob all the time. That switched in 1900s and 21. These people keep talking about 400 years are on a broken record, recorded, chip in their brain, liars. Because even Toko came and said, they have been doing this to you for 500 years. That was during his ministry between the time he was here from the 1940s until he left in 84. Kimbangu said the same thing. These missionaries, I told you where the word, okay, I did a thing on Facebook. Missionary comes from the very position exactly why the witch got in trouble. It's a sexual position, missionary. The man is on top. Nope, that's not what she wanted. She wanted to be the same, equal, or above him. And the Most High was like, that's not the order of things. You're you're thinking like the devil now. Because the high priest is male, and his assistant to him, a priestess, a true priestess, is going to help him teach the truth. People are praying to the high priestess who is pretending to be the Most High. That's why everybody is learning things according to carnal, not spirit. Okay? You're following the carnal spirit, not the... That's why Moses will always judge you, because the law went from being on the tablets to being in the Messiah. That's why he merged Massa and Eliah to himself to say, I am now the tabernacle. So now all the Christians are running around here saying, we preach the tabernacle, but they have all these different interpretations. You got the Eastern Orthodox, you got the Catholic, you got the Protestant, you got all denominations. Then you say, I'm non-denominational. How can you be non-denominational worshiping a Egyptian god? You have already chosen to walk in hypocrisy by giving all your glory to El. Okay, you're praying to El, who is the Hittite god, pretending to be Kongo de Ntotela, King Kongo, hallelujah, Solina Ni Samala. It doesn't matter who says Tatanzambi. It doesn't say who sees it. You know, people say, oh, we run. Okay, they run when they see Lucifer coming at them, when he is the high priest of their fake temple, yes. But they get even more worried when Abana Betu becomes separated from Jupiter and Zeus. Oh yeah, that's a problem. No, we can't let that happen. When you don't pray to Nimrod, they want to kill you because they know what's going to happen. They hate that. That's why the Jewish people say, we killed the Messiah, we killed Jesus. They killed Mfumu Yave. We killed him and we'll do it again. And the Christians are out here saying, we're promoting his... No, you're promoting the ministry of a pagan, of an Egyptian god, pretending to be him, because that's what the sorcerer did. I am now the Messiah. Yeah, look at me. Put it on a show. Abracadabra, hook it, all this magic he was using to bend the nature in his favor, which is illegal. Okay? You are going to find out more and more and more and more and more. Every single time you're going to find this out. Okay? Yeah, and I'll get to another platform. I know I got to do some things with StreamYard. I know why StreamYard's doing what they're doing, because they want to see businesses keep working for those who are stealing from the Most High. This is what this platform is designed for, to help people who, if I'm in the right spirit, They don't want me to use their platforms. Why? Because now I'm working against what they want, and they're fighting it. Nope, we're not going to stop. Nope, we're not going to stop. Nope, we're not going to stop. Now the Most High going to, boom, He's going to bring it. You're going to stop. They ain't going to get back up, people. When these people who claim to be the Most High's chosen people are going to be demolished by Him, the God you think of, when the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob comes and demolishes these people who claim to be His, you're going to be singing the blues. You're going to be hurting. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, what did I happen? They want to sit there and say, we fought angels. The angels weren't trying to kill Yakubi. Oh no, they were not. They were just trying to, he was fighting them for the blessing. Okay, they weren't trying to destroy him. Now, they are ready to bring more than just the flood. It's going to be more than you can even imagine about what they're going to do to these tares, teaching lies about the Father. They get offended of that. You teach lies about the Father, you're going to pay for it. You teach lies to His children, you're going to pay for it. You teach, you think, see, they standing up there saying, oh yeah, whatever, we know. They're going to stand up there and play their games. I'm Simon Toko, I'm Kim Bangu, I'm this, I'm that. These are not the same spirit that you think. Okay? Nobody has to identify themselves. You just do. Nobody has to identify themselves. You just do the work. This is going to be the deception that will happen now. When the truth comes out, you're going to see how it's supposed to be done. He's going to set the example, and still people will reject it. You're going to see this. The Messiah is going to come again to show people the example of how it should work, and you're still going to reject it. Watch. That's why he said the truth will come, and then the damage. The truth has been out here, and how it really works. You must be imitating the non-hypocrite Messiah to get the kingdom. But what has happened is you are imitating the one who is the hypocrite Messiah. Okay? So now what's going to happen is you're going to see the fruits of your work is not where they should have been, because you see yourself inferior. Oh, I'm not God. I'm not this. The Messiah, like, if I am in you, then you are me. You represent my house, okay? This is why they want to keep putting their programming and their low energy and frequencies and all this stuff that they're doing to keep you defiled. But then there are those of us who cannot be defiled because we will always spit up the poison. Yeah. But you're going to have people out here talking about, I spit up the poisons, and no, you didn't spit out no bones. You still got them in there. Because if you spit up the bones, you would tell people the real truth. You're not taking a no pagan God nowhere. No Allah, no El, no, because people can, Yahweh, yes, that's in there. That's not the same as Yave. Yahweh. Mfumu Yave Kongo. That's why I said it's about the spirit. If you are in the spirit of truth, then Yahweh is the correct God. If you are in the spirit of lies, then he becomes a hypocrite. Okay? The only people who can manifest are the ones who are chosen. And when they can manifest it, then they're going to see they want to keep you heavy with heavy things in your body. That's why the detoxing stuff is about making yourself light. Yeah, they don't want that. You become light. That means the burden is now on the one who wasn't a hypocrite. Okay? I don't know, these things, they just pop up. All right, so I'm going to read the Kikongo and how he said it. Uh, this is the one. Yuda Inkosi, Yantwenya, Ngeye, Marami, Uikwidi, Mu Kimbaki, Kianzala, Yandi Ulambalele, Weti Vunda, Bonso Nkosi, Yankento, Nani, Kabukiri and Tima, Mu Kumvanzai. Okay? Why do you think that they want to say, oh, you can pray to God in any language and He's gonna hear you. Oh, you don't listen to that guy. He'll hear you in whatever language. Did we just speak? Did the 12 tribes not have a specific language they spoke to the Father? Yes, they did. Then why would he tell people, why would he say, okay, now go pray in English, now go pray in Latin, now go pray in this? This is the reason why people are being brainwashed by those who are the Phoenicians. That's the Hebrew Israelites, are the Phoenicians. Okay? Esau, Edom. Nobody was called on Hebrew. They made that name up after the Banabeta of Isolde went under Rome again to change the name of the Jews who were the Talmudic to now call themselves their gods they love, which are those Egyptian gods, Isis, Ra, and El. You're wrestling with Lucifer, not wrestling. There's a difference between wrestling with the false gods than wrestling the one who wasn't a hypocrite. See? Simeone, that means seed sower. Yalevi, which means the priesthood. Izimpangi, brothers, Luwazi, Biantani, Biatana. You know, this is all about walking in the covenant, the Wiza. The righteous people, you're going to see many people are going to change very soon to get rid of all the jackass crap. This is what they coded. Okay? When this happens, you're going to know the difference between those who pray to the God that's not a hypocrite and the one who did. And you're going to say, wow, I told you, you do not want to go to the eternal Nineveh party because that's where all these tares are going. Even the people who think they're going to be with Toku and Kimbangu are going to get pulled over there. Even those who think they're following the Christ that wasn't a hypocrite, you're going to get pulled over here. And you better believe everybody who's following in the false religion of Islam who doesn't recognize that they're talking to a hypocrite God, you're going to get pulled over there. And the scientists and the Buddhists and all of these people, everybody who worship in Nimrod, going to go with Nimrod. Whatever form he's coming in. You see? He can be Kimbangu, he can be Toko. Yes, he did that too. Oh, yeah. Nimrod, he didn't like how he got embarrassed by those guys, so now he pretended to be him. And they both did it. Anybody who embarrasses the false Messiah, he's going to pretend to be that person to trick you to come back. You better recognize the difference between those who serve the hypocrite Messiah and those who don't, because reality is going to hit this week. It's coming. This next week, you better get ready. I told people this is going to be the worst school year ever. It already done started. I've seen people they all have the shooting and all this stuff going on. Yo, I expected this. This whole thing with Charlie Kirk, oh yeah. I didn't know who he was until I saw it. But I know Charlie Kirk stands for Esau's church. Okay? So now you're going to go run back into these churches, all the white people, especially the non-melanated people, YT. I'm like, okay, go follow Esau. Okay? And then you got all Bantu people, all black people. Not everybody who's black is the same. If you come from the Abana Saka Yokubi, you better realize and recognize it's the end of these charlatans. And he's going to come just like he did and get ready to go to work. It's already happening. Many pastors are losing their ministry because they lie. Every single Christian church that is going after a pagan god is going to fall. All of them. All the Muslims walking around that stone is going to fall. All of the Judaism, people practicing Judaism, they are going to fall. You're going to recognize it. This whole Gog and Magog thing is all a bunch of lies, okay? Because you should be in the kingdom of Kongo Din Totala, getting rid of all the hypocrites, expelling all witches and warlocks, just like he did. Satan can't cast out Satan. So many people are going to learn this the hard way. You think you're talking to the one who cast out the Lord of the Flies? When you're working for the Lord of the Flies. And they quoted this so many times. Jeff Goldblum did his movie The Fly to show you this is the God of all religions. Man and fly. Okay? The reality will soon hit, and nobody's going to escape. Not one person who has been teaching hypocrisy will escape the wrath of the Lamb. nSimba wa Yuda. Okay? All praises. Zola Quingi and Sambololo in Awezi Yave Kongo Kutwala. I'm going to put on the music. Once again, I don't own it. It's for the, I'm going to do a little bit of dancing, but you can't see it because Zoom is acting a fool, and I'll fix it for the next time. They obviously want to keep playing their game because they know the time is up. And you better believe the time is up. No one is going to save you when you are talking to the God. That's why they keep, the people were talking, freaking out like, why are they mentioning this stuff about Valhalla and everything? What's going on with that? Because they know the Masons are the Vikings. Okay? And once again, they're fighting against the Kemetis because that goes back to the barbarians and all this stuff. They know the Germanic tribes who are really the Eastern Europeans. That's why everybody don't move right in the system that's keeping you heavy. Even when you think you're light, you can still be brainwashed. The yoke has to be on the non-hypocrite kingdom, but you can forget it. That is the Beto of his son and God. And he don't accept everybody. It says it. Many are called, few are chosen. Wide is the road to destruction, but narrow is the road to truth. Is Yesua Kongo or is Jesus Christ, Master Guru, Jesus Christ Baal? He got all these people deceived. He is Allah, he is El, and he is the false god of the Romans. And he's sitting there playing people, and he's pretending to be Tokwe Kimbalu. He's pretending to be every one of the Most High servants. You're going to find this out. A lot of people are going to discover that they're being manipulated by a false spirit without even realizing it. Mfumu Yave, the real Christ, Kongo. He didn't know. Anybody who's under an oath, a false oath, they are attached to a demonic god. That's all the people in fraternities, sororities, secret societies, Jesuits, orders, Illuminati, whatever they are. Science, it's all the same. So they're going to keep promoting a lie so that you're going to get stuck with Kiing for eternity and you don't want to do that. Yeah. We keep yeah. The angels bow down to you. You don't bow down to the angels. Know the difference. When you walk in power, the angels bow down to you, not the other way around. Don't listen to that wizard no more. They want the angels to be upset with you, which you're supposed to be getting bowed down to. That's the way it should be. The angels of the Most High bow down to you when you are not a hypocrite. And that's why the people have a place that teach the people that the Mfumu Kongo bow down to the chosen. Yes, they do. The embassy of the Most High will bow down to you. You are the king, the queens. The righteous angels will bow down to you. Just like they did in the past. That's what they do now. Anybody who's with ascendancy, the Mfumu Yesua, the one who came in his father's name, those angels bow down to you. Stop believing liars. Mentirosas. Many of them. Mentira. Whatever language you speak, liars. Leo is a liar. So whatever belief, it doesn't matter. The Most High did not create no religion, and he said, you are mine, the angels work for you, and then you are my servant, and you teach people how to walk in truth, not in lies. You get the peace, love, and blessings, you stay in the peace. The minute you don't assume anything about the Most High. Nothing. People assuming that they're not worshiping a pagan God and they're going to find out. They're getting tricked. The Most High's kingdom is many of his children. And the ones who are above, the angels, they bow down to them. The ones who are up in the high heaven, those are the ones they want to destroy the most when they come down here. No, we can't let them get the truth. True peace, true love, true power, true wealth comes from not carrying your poverty inside. They want you looking like the dirty, filthy rags pig pen, even though you put on nice clothes. We don't get it. That's their job. The witches and warlocks. They don't want to see that cleaning on the inside at all. To clean up on the inside, the angels are bowing down to you because they're going to be inside of you. And the Most High is going to be inside of you. That's why they're going to bow down. The Most High is going to be inside of you, then you won't be like the jackass who wouldn't bow down because the Most High was inside of Adama. That's why he got kicked out of the kingdom. Adama was the Most High himself in there. So then he refused to bow down to his own father just because his father was now up. Adama was the Most High in the flesh already. You've been lied to for so long. And that's what Lily didn't understand. She's stupid because she's supposed to be the Most High in the flesh. So then she said no. That's why she went to the other side. There's only two. You can only serve the hypocrite or the one who wasn't one. You can't do both. So then you don't follow no pagan calendars, no Roman gods, no Egyptian, nothing. When the colonizers came into Africa, Africans were already worshiping the Egyptian god Ptah. But the problem is the people who brought Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, they were also worshiping him, masquerading as the true God. Liar. That's why you don't mix pagan and non-pagan together. That's the true power. Get rid of all. When it said, come out of her, my people, it means get away from the pagan gods, the liars. You cannot be with Seth if you're going to be loving Cain. No way, or Esau. You can't do it. Ah! You can only love the non-hypocrite God. You can't love the hypocrite too at the same time. He's been lying to the whole world. He said, you can come and do everything. Everybody come on. Anything goes. Nope. And that's why children today are so messed up, because you're teaching them how to be a jackass. Not the one who wrote in on the jackass, both in education, your world leaders, everybody. They're teaching you how to be like the jackass. And all the Christianity is on everything. And we don't want to let it go because we are attached. All them blood sacrifices got us attached to these witches and warlocks, and they messing us up. And everybody getting sick for no reason. That's why now you got they got, because they benefit from the curses on us. You're sick from the head to the foot, just like he says. Now you got to take all kind of stuff for it. You're not supposed to be sick from the head to the foot if you're walking in truth. Look, the Most High does have people who are sick for his glorification, and you're going to see that too. But while you're working in the vineyard, you don't have to be in debt to nobody. That's the lie. Why you got to be in debt working in the vineyard? It's a lie. You're supposed to be paid in full. When you're working, you get done, you get paid, you keep going in righteousness, then you get paid in full. The Most High going to pay you. He ain't going to pay you the money for doing a half-ass job or not even doing it at all. You're going to see that. That's the deception. Or to turn and teach his children to be hypocrites? No. That spiritual Israel, you're going to find this out. It's all Rome's lie to keep you put in Mfumu Kongo in the house of Kiing. All praises. Again, if you can't hear it, I'll put it in the thing. But yeah, I give everybody Yenge Izole Ibiluka that likes to love the truth. You like to love you want to walk in hypocrisy, eh? I ain't gonna be like beating up. I'm not gonna say like, hey, we good, but the bottom line is now it comes the time to say goodbye for those who want to stay in the lie, because it's going to happen. Loved ones, friends, people who don't want to let go of the hypocrite gods, nothing we can do for you. You're staying in Egypt for eternity. You don't want to be in Egypt for eternity. Quit letting these black Egyptians who run the world keep lying to you, because that's who they are. It's all a lie. Quit letting these false gods who want to keep you in the negative world acting positive. You're going to see the difference. Okay? So I give all praises to Tatanzambi, Mfumu Yave Kongo. I give honor. Manavelela Moyempeve. You walk in truth. We are all nSimba wa Yuda. Yesua Wananzami Kuswa Kongo. You teach people to walk in lies, and you teach people to love the hypocrite. You are the hypocrite Messiah. There's no in between. And that is why the world is now in total chaos and mass confusion, because now the plagues are upon the heathen, and they're not going to escape, not one of them. All the plagues of Egypt and Babylon and whatever he has done in the past, they are going to come upon this creation. And you're going to say, wow, who is the Most High? Wow, the Most High of truth. And you're going to be astounded by the people who run around here like the wannabe gods, acting like they serve the God of truth when their militaries are always losing or people are always dying. No, the Most High don't fight like that. Like it says in Yoda, none of my people will be given to the enemy. There's no prisoners of war exchange or none of that. Now there is. What we're dealing with is and they refuse to offer. Give me back my children, because no, we don't want to do that. Because now Congo is doing a prisoner of war exchange with the people who are called Anansi, with the hypocrites, the ones he called dogs and pigs. Give me back my children. No, there is an exchange going on, and they refused it. They're not doing it the right way. They said, oh no, see, now he's like, all right, I'm going to make you give me back my children. And you're going to see how he's going to do that. Okay, all praises. Zola Quingi and Sambalolo. Again, I apologize for the camera. I'll come on a different platform because these people want to keep playing games with me. I don't care. They're going to get theirs. You know, I'm not worried about it. People are going to be seeing the differences because they don't want their platforms to be used anymore. That when you're speaking out against the people they love, they want to keep doing it. All right. All praises. Zola Quingi Sambalolo. And Awezi Yave Kongo Kutwala Ingeta.